Hello again, and what is hip, and welcome back to another video. And today is the first kind of video game hunting video of the year. I really enjoy making these as much as I enjoy watching other people's little hunting videos. I think it's a lot of fun, especially when they visit video game stores. And over this past holiday season, on my winter break, I decided to leave Manhattan and go on a 3-day trip to Pennsylvania and kind of just drive around and get a breather, away from the city, because as much as I love Manhattan, it is, it takes a lot. You start missing trees, you start missing what grass looks like and all of that. So I wanted to take a breather, go to Pennsylvania, maybe check some video game stores out and see what I can find. And spoiler alert, I managed to find a holy grail of mine. So let's just cut to the video that I took. So here is Doghouse Gaming. Here's the front of their store, and they were nice enough to let me record. They're located in Quakertown, Pennsylvania, which is a super small town here. And here's their front case with some loose Nintendo games and such. There's their Xbox selection. Here's their expensive stuff. They have a complete in-box Crusader of Senti, which is extremely expensive and rare. They had some more Sega stuff on the left there. Here's their NES, Super Nintendo, GameCube, 64, all that stuff in there. Such a wide selection of things in this store. I was really, really impressed. Funko Pops, some other things. But what really blew me away was their Sony collection. They have so many different PlayStation games, it's crazy. They even have Cartia right there with the blue cover that has artwork by none other than Yoshitaka Amano, the artist of the original Final Fantasy series. And here is more of their really expensive stuff. And this is my hotel room. I just wanted to throw this in there because this is the first time I've ever had a hotel room with a full kitchen. How cool. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that quick little look at the video game store that I checked out. And as I mentioned, I checked out some other video game stores while I was down there too. But none of them compared to Doghouse Gaming in Quakertown. That was by far the best. The people there were so wonderful and so kind. I actually stayed there for a solid hour just chatting with the employees, and the owner was really nice as well. And it was super cool that they let me do a quick little video recording of their store, and they gave me some really good deals too, which I've noticed is kind of not too common at video game stores. Like prices tend to be pretty set in stone. They don't tend to barter. But for my one holy grail item, the price they had listed was completely fair, but I had to see if they could go a little bit lower because I was not expecting to spend this much money, but here we are. Anyway, here are my pickups. We'll start out with the strategy guides. They had a strategy guide section, which is awesome. I love when these video game stores have sections dedicated to these, and there were no prices, so they looked them up on price charting and they gave me a bit of a discount on that. So I got both of these here for, I think it was $14, something around there. And the first one I got is super cool. I've never seen this before. It's the totally unauthorized guide to Yoshi's Story on the Nintendo 64. And I haven't played Yoshi's Story. I've seen gameplay footage and I've seen people's opinions. And I've also seen the official strategy guide, but I didn't know there was an unauthorized guide. And what makes this really unique is it's by Brady Games, which, usually when I see an unauthorized guide, it's from some unknown kind of publisher, a one-person publisher kind of deal. But this is like, a big company. So I thought that was kind of interesting. But yeah, it's actually a really nice looking guide. It's in full color. You got some artwork and stuff on the inside. And yeah, you can find this really cheap, maybe under $5 easily. But yeah, it's in pretty good condition, and super happy to add that to my strategy guide collection. And this one was a wonderful find. Now it's beat up, and that's why I got a pretty good price on it. This is Final Fantasy IX, the official strategy guide, and this is the version without the poster. There was another version of this. There are actually a couple versions. I believe there was a collector's edition one, which was hardcover, and then there was one like this that had a poster, advertisement right there, and then there was this one which did not have the poster. And this is a very infamous strategy guide, and I'm going to be making a video on this very shortly. But yeah, it's pretty beat up, but I got a pretty good deal for it. The Final Fantasy IX strategy guides tend to go for a little more than you would expect. And I don't know if that has to do with its infamous history or whatnot, but yeah, it's a Final Fantasy IX strategy guide that is in pretty bad shape, but if you guys know me, I love my bad conditioned games and books because it saves me money. Now, it's time for the Holy Grail, and we did a bundle deal for everything, and that was, I believe it was 155 or so, something around there. It was a very fair price. And this is a game that I have been looking for years now. I mean years. It is my #1 most wanted Sega Genesis game. There's your first hint. And it's an RPG. And that might give it away right there. I got myself Phantasy Star 4. Complete in box for the Sega Genesis, and what's really cool about this is it's actually in good condition. You know, I usually get things that are not great condition, but this is in good condition. It's even got plastic. I don't think this is the original shrink wrap, but I think, you know, what a lot of rental stores and even game stores did back in the day is they would display the box on a shelf, and you'd bring the box to them, and then they would give you the game to rent out or something like that. And a lot of the times they would plastic wrap it. So this has plastic wrap all over. I don't know if it's the original shrink. If it is the original shrink, that's very cool. But yeah, this is in really good condition. And the unfortunate thing about Phantasy Star 4, and part of why it's so expensive, is that it came in a cardboard box. It was the only Phantasy Star game to come out in a cardboard box. They really cheaped out for this release, which is such a shame because it is unanimously considered the best Phantasy Star game. But yeah, there is a little rip on the top right there. But when I say this thing is complete, it's complete. So I got the manual right here in pretty good condition in black and white, with an advertisement for Shining Force 2 on the back, another game that I really want. But it also came with, and I didn't know it actually came with this, so this was a really pleasant surprise. It came with, if I can get this out, I hate these boxes. It came with both inserts. So it came with this mail-in registration kind of card right here. And it also came with the Phantasy Star 4 official player's guide, kind of payment card. You know, send this in with a payment and they'll mail you the strategy guide. This is what a complete in-box copy of Phantasy Star 4 looks like. You gotta have those two inserts, and of course, here is the cart right here, also in really good condition, which is so cool. You know, I don't strive to look out for nice condition things, but when I do get them on the rare occasions, it is a really kind of special moment. And to get it for a game that I have wanted so badly for so long makes it all the more special. I have not played this yet. I am in the middle of Phantasy Star 2 on the Genesis. I've played through Phantasy Star 1, absolutely loved it. I've played Phantasy Star 3 partly, and I hated it. So I might not actually play through that game. But I am loving Phantasy Star 2 so far. It's a really good time, and the brief amount of time that I kind of tested this and looked around, oh, I am so excited to give this game a try, but I have to be strong and not jump straight to 4 and finish 2. That's what I need to do. But yeah, that was my trip down to Pennsylvania. As I said, I visited several gaming stores there. I didn't get footage for all of them, unfortunately, but I got footage for the one that counts. It was a great shop, great owner, great, everything great. The people were great, and it was, you know, kind of small town America, which is something that I don't see too often. You know, everybody's so kind, and it was just a really, really wonderful experience. But yeah, there you guys have it. I hope you enjoyed this quick little video. I just really wanted to talk about the cool game store, as well as you know, finally getting one of my grails. my most wanted Sega Genesis game, so it's really, really cool to cross that off the list. But did you guys pick up anything as of late? Any holy grails? Any cool game stores that you want to share, especially on the East Coast? I'd love to check some out. Let me know in the comments below. But Happy New Year to you all. Have a good one.